The holiday season is here. It's not only the season for giving and sharing, but also a season for creating experiences, for sharing traditions, for establishing memories that we'll hold on to forever and ever. Traditions are what we hold on to year after year. Traditions help us pass on and honor our heritage. Traditions that help us establish a sense of normalcy when everything seems amiss. Traditions help us connect with the past, with somebody who we may have lost. Traditions are so important, especially when we're feeling down. I'm here to talk about traditions because I often, ever since 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020, have struggled with honoring this holiday season. I struggle every year because I'm supposed to be that girl. I am that girl. I was that girl who would watch Hallmark movies starting whenever they came out. I think it started in September if you looked on YouTube. If you looked on YouTube, you could find them any time of year. I started listening to Christmas music really early on, and then 2020 hit, and all of a sudden, I didn't want to do anything. It was a really hard year for everybody. But this year was the year where I realized how important traditions are. And if you're struggling, just know that you're not alone. Just know that one step at a time. Take it one step at a time, and we will get through this. You'll love yourself and the holiday and your loved ones that much more if you just take the time to reconnect, recalibrate, and honor the traditions that make this holiday season special for you. What used to make them special for you, bring them back, bring those things back, and just know that it's all going to be better. Everything's going to be better. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, today is a gift," and that's why we call it the present. And that is how that's what I believe. Our lives are a gift. All lives are a gift. And we should honor them. We should honor our lives and those of those who we love, because what affects us also affects them. In 2020, I decided not to do anything for Christmas. I was determined that we were going to miss Christmas, not really miss Christmas, but not really like honor it, because it was such a dark year. And lo and behold, each year it's dark in a different way. But my husband looked at me and he was like, no way, we are doing something. And I'm telling you this because I know you, and you're going to hate looking back on this year and not having celebrated some sort of way. So that's where tradition number one comes in, and that is decorating for whatever holiday that you honor. For us, it's Christmas. For me, it's my Christmas tree. I love my Christmas tree. And he knew that I love my Christmas tree. And so I put it up there. Did I know? I was just going to share with you a picture of my Christmas tree, and now it's not showing. Well, there's this year's Christmas tree, and that's better. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she lovely? If you look hard enough, you'll see two kitties, but I wonder if you'll actually find them. Anyway, so 2020 came, and he said that, and I was like, yes, absolutely. After a while, not right away. I was like, yes, absolutely. You're right. And he was right. And so I put up a few Christmas lights and a few ornaments, and yeah, that made things a little bit better. Things became a little bit more normal. And then he was like, you know what? We should go get some hot chocolate. I was like, that sounds fantastic. And we did. And then we did that every weekend leading up to Christmas. It was little, it was subtle, but it was very festive, because you get out there and you see all the Christmas decor. You see everybody with their children. We brought our puppy, and it's just a different mindset. So getting out in our own way got me a little bit more into the holiday spirit. Still, it didn't work like 100%, but it did work. And I hope that you, if you're struggling, you put in the effort to decorate and adjust your home so that it feels like the festive season that we're in. Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Gibson, the leading lady of Kaleidoscopes and Polka Dots, a handmade vintage-inspired jewelry company that honors Hispanic heritage. And today I'm here to talk to you about traditions, as well as a few shop updates and channel updates. First, the channel update. I have decided that all things Hispanic heritage are going to stay on this channel, and all things jewelry are going to go on a second channel. I've yet to post there, but just going forward, know that if I'm not here, then I'm over there. If you're interested in jewelry, then please head on over there. Don't worry, I will still share about any promotions that I'm running, any new pieces that I'm working on. I just love sharing that stuff, and it usually correlates with Hispanic heritage. So it's definitely on brand. And as far as shop updates, well, this week is Black Friday week, and it's a big week for all of us, shoppers and retail owners alike. So Monday through Friday, I'm offering free shipping. Free shipping for everybody, no code necessary, it's up there. And Friday and Saturday, there will be a very generous discount code sent to those who signed up to my newsletter before Thursday. And the general public will also get a 20% off discount code, but just know that those that have signed up to my newsletter will get like exponentially a better deal. And then Sunday, Monday, there will be another deal. And again, those that signed up to my newsletter will get that deal. And those that have not will get a 15% off discount code. So just stay tuned for those. I will leave these within the community notes once they are active. All right, let's get back to traditions. So the second tradition that I want to talk about is tamale making. When I was little, for 2 years in a row, likely, if not more, my family and I would get together and we would make tamales a la assembly line. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was messy. We went to my uncle's house. This was the house where everybody who was transitioning from Mexico to the United States lived in at some point in time. To me, it was this enormous, beautiful mansion. Come to find out, it's actually a little bit smaller, but given that it had such heart, and so many of us lived there, it was such a beautiful, it's still one of the most beautiful homes that I know to date. It wasn't anything fancy, but it had a lot of heart. Anyway, for the holiday season, not necessarily on Christmas Day or any specific time, but my aunts would coordinate a day where they would all come together and create tamales. And of course, with tamales comes a little bit of booze and a bit of chatter. And I am not somebody who usually chats a lot, especially in big groups. So I would sit back and just listen and live through their stories, live vicariously through their stories. They just loved the holiday season in Mexico. They said there's nothing like it. I have yet to experience what that's like because I've never been in Mexico for the holiday season, but I have their stories to hang on to, and that is very special. That is really how I really got to know my mom and them, because these aren't like stories you would tell your little aunt, your little niece, These aren't stories you would tell your little daughter, but it was through these stories that I kind of understood why it is that we had to leave what I thought was a beautiful way of life with my mom being the teacher and me being able to go out and about whenever I wanted in the town square. It was really a lovely childhood in Mexico, but I just learned a lot, and I just cherish those moments. Now I just make tamales by myself. It's a good time. It's a lot of booze. What's not to love? But it's definitely a time that I cherish as a solitary thing, tradition. Now, a tradition that I think a lot of us can probably understand. It's TV and movies. So TV shows that I look forward to this time of year because they always make me feel so at ease. Well, one is new to me, And this is Selena, the Netflix original. Selena, the Netflix original is absolutely gorgeous. If you have not watched it, watch it. Watch it now because it tells the story of Selena and Selena going full circle through hardship, through greatness, and then, of course, we know what happens at the end. And the story of them creating them as a family, coming together and making their dreams come true is so beautiful. It's magical. It's gorgeous. And yes, it's gorgeous in that it's shot beautifully. The costumes are gorgeous. The actors, I mean, AB, I continue to be amazed at how beautifully portrayed AB is in this series because I don't know that he really shows up in the movie all that much. I don't recall him being like such a presence, you know? Anyway, highly recommend it if you have not watched it already. The next one is The Great British Baking Show. It's all things baking, and I just adore how much of how the camaraderie within the show. If one is done and they can help somebody else out, they will. And they do. And they say it. Hey, does anybody else need help? And of course somebody says yes. Yes. This is falling apart. Oh my God. And they're like, calm down. I mean, and also the comedians are so good. This year we have a new one. She is so fun and she sings. She's so good. I don't even know what her name is. I'm going to be better about that because I think names are important. They tell a story. They're important. But those are the two shows that I always look forward to. Not always. I mean, The Great British Baking Show for sure, but Netflix's Selena, that's a new one for me. Of course, Gilmore Girls. A lot of people refer to Gilmore Girls for this time of the year because of the family element, the coffee, the A Thousand Yellow Daisies. Oh, I love it. Of course, I've already watched it. But to me, honestly, it's an any time of year type of series because I just adore that series. But as far as holiday movies, let's talk about two movies that I think are highly underrated and that you should all watch if you haven't already. And then we'll talk about some more well-known ones that you just can't miss. You can't miss. So first, Nothing Like the Holidays. Nothing Like the Holidays follows a Puerto Rican family. They are loud. They are passionate. They love food. I can't wait to have some coquito and some panecitos and enjoy this movie because it is just such a warm hug. I love seeing, what's his name? John Leguizamo's in it. Alfred Molina is in it. Elizabeth Peña is in it. So many great actors are in it. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that you do. It has some great music and even more festive spirit. Another movie is Almost Christmas. Now, this one made me cry without me even expecting it. And this is within the first probably 10 minutes. It starts off with a montage of a family growing from just the mom and the dad to then welcoming their ever expanding family. And it ends with them losing their matriarch. And so the story of this movie is how they deal that first Christmas after she passes away. It's really sad, but it's really sad. This part of them, why is that stiller? The part of them losing their matriarch is really sad, but in the end, they make it work because they're a family and they have a lot of fun. They do a lot of shenanigans. They try a lot of weird food and it's just a good time. Now, for the more well-known movies that you just have to watch, Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, because of course, Clark Griswold and the fam, they just bring it. They always bring it. The cats in the box, yes. Now, Christmas Story, another classic. That little boy is probably the cutest little boy I have ever seen. He depicts Christmas like no other. His excitement, his demeanor, I can totally relate to it. And the whole tongue on a pole, tell me if you've not tried something similar, if not that exact thing, because watching it used to make me want to do that. And of course, White Christmas. That is probably one of the few, because I'm not a big fan of musicals in general, but it's one of the few musicals that I can watch from start to finish and just adore and love each and every time a little bit more, because it's so sweet. Found family, real family, coming together, making a tradition out of things. Military family, 1940s, the costumes. It's so, so lovely. And those first 15 minutes, they're gold. They're pure gold. Highly recommend if you've not watched it. Pure gold, because it depicts what military life is like in a war zone and how important those little moments are. Again, tradition. Tradition makes things feel a little less obscure. It helps. It's not all at once, by the way. If you're struggling, don't do all the things all at once. Just give yourself a little bit of breathing room and do it one step at a time. I'm not done yet. The last movie or sets of movies, it's all those claymation movies from the 1960s and beyond. They're so good. I love them. I think anybody who has not watched them, you should. You can watch them for free on YouTube. We just found them yesterday. We were about to put our DVD to work. We haven't used it in forever, and then we found out that we were missing a cable. Lo and behold, YouTube has it. Yay. I'm so happy, because that is something that you absolutely must watch. Oh, if you have not watched the Christmas Chronicles on Netflix, highly recommend. Highly recommend. It's a Christmas story like no other, in my opinion. It's kind of like the Santa Claus from the 1990s, but a brother and sister duo instead of a son and father duo, Really good, really good. Anyway, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And remember, sign up to my newsletter. It's in the description box. I'll probably pin it on a comment in my YouTube channel. I'll probably pin it in a comment on my Facebook. But I hope you've enjoyed.